Hello, welcome to Gauntlet Hangouts. My name is Blake. I'll be the keeper today. We're running Monster a Week in the Dresdenverse, or the Dresdenverse universe. In this case, it's set in the year 2000. So long ago, in Denver. Yeah, it is part of Gauntlet Group, so the X card is on the table. If there's something that makes you feel uncomfortable, just say, hey, X card, or do the big X sign or something. The default for me is no harm against children. Is there anything in particular anyone wants to bring up that's something they don't want?
Sexual violence would be a line for me.
No problems. Anyone else? Nope.
Nope, that covers it for me, Blake.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. But by all means, if something comes up, feel comfortable to say, nope, I'm not comfortable with that, and let us know. We're mature adults who adjust the story and keep going. Sorry, errors.
Yeah, I doubt it will matter, but genocide. Keep it in a veil.
Yeah,
I don't care if it happens. Just make sure you don't explain how.
Yeah, no, that's very unlikely. Okay. So at the minute, everyone's just making their characters, I think. What have we got here? So we've got. Anyone want to introduce like name and playbook?
I'll kick off if you like. I'm Alinar, pronouns he, him. I'm playing Sten Ulfson, also he, him. And it's the Divine playbook. Sten is an Einherjar, one of Odin's warriors. Though on Earth he works for Monarch Securities, which is run by one Donna Vaderung, who, if you know the books, is Odin. At the minute, my suggestion for the mission, because the Divine always has a mission, is that one of the other hunters has a crucial role to play in events to come. You must prepare them for their role and protect them at any cost, because Monarch Securities is a security contractor, mercenaries and security personnel. So that's Sten Ulfson.
I can go next, Blake.
Oh.
So I'm playing Alistair Arbington, he, him. I'm Kevin, he, him as well. Playbook I'm using is The Flake. And Alistair is a college dropout, just works odd jobs to get by. He's good with computers, electronics, but not great with them. Also just mechanical repair and things like that. So he grabs whatever sort of work he can in Denver. And he's a total conspiracy nut. So think of the Three Horsemen from the X-Files, except not as smart.
Okay.
I'm Horst, he, him, and I'm playing Elena Lupescu, the Wronged. I haven't decided what kind of creature killed her spouse, but maybe we can discuss that. And I think she is probably complicit somehow in the event. So I could imagine that if it's vampires, for example, she might be a lawyer who helped them unknowingly to establish in the village. Yeah, and that, I think that's Elena.
I saw the name and I thought, oh, there's a werewolf for sure, but no, I was wrong.
Well, yeah, Lupescu, I don't know. It's just a pretty popular Romanian name.
Okay.
Could be werewolves as well.
And I guess I'm last. I'll play Barbara Fox. She is a regular woman who is in this business, because it's a very fruitful business as far as finances are concerned. She is actually a burglar. She likes to steal cars and really expensive things.
Okay. All right. So what monster? What monster can Elena be against? I'll leave that on the table for a moment. Okay, so in far as history goes, we need link your character to two of the others, so 2 questions each, and that should cover it.
Well, who wants to be? Who wants to have been bought protection by somebody?
Could you repeat that, Alon?
Who want? Because my mission on Earth at the minute, according to Odin, is to protect one of the players, one of the characters.
Okay.
Has a crucial role in events to come. I would suggest it's probably sensible if it's not Elena, because I know that Horst isn't here for the complete series. So unless we want to play that entire arc out today. Of course, it could be that you don't know that I'm protecting you.
Yeah.
It's my mission. You didn't know about it.
Yeah, one of the ideas I had was like there was some sort of joint work Christmas party between a bunch of different places, and you all sort of met and chatted, and you figured out there's some sort of necromancer operating in town, and you took them out. So you could just think, oh, you know, you do odd jobs, and you occasionally do monster hunting together on the side. But that's just an idea. If someone has a better idea than that, it's cool too.
Well, I've got another one to put on the table. Their prayer, perhaps an informal or even unconscious prayer, summoned you, or was overheard by Odin, and I was sent.
Oh, I really want to think that it was Alistair was reading some book and accidentally summoned you. I think that would be perfect, you know, because he believes everything as he's reading it. So it would have been sincere enough maybe to invoke.
Yeah, he's been reading. Oh no, we're in 2000. He can't have been reading Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology, can he? No, but yeah.
You can read Sandman though. That was out. Yeah, I mean, Odin can see non-linear time, so I can see him. You know, Alistair's going to come across something in the future, so he's like, "I'll just put my agent near him, and he'll be in the right spot at the right time to service my agenda."
Let's see, let me grab my playbook here and I'll go next with a history question. All right. How about this? You went through hell together, maybe a monster, maybe military service, maybe time in an institution, whatever it was, it bound you together. You have total trust in each other. Does that interest anyone?
Sure. Maybe we've been to prison or jail or something. Or like just, in the police jail or something.
Oh, just holding over the weekend?
Yeah, holding.
We got
Maybe
like
more.
really drunk at a bar talking afterwards after whatever the dust up was, and we're in the drunk tank.
Or at least that's what they were told.
All right, I dig that.
Okay.
So maybe the police thought you were, fighting with bikies or something, but they're actually zombies.
So let's go for the obvious one then. I'll go next, I guess. This hunter is your moral compass. When you talk over things with them, their advice keeps you on the straight and narrow. Anyone
not gonna
wants
be
to
the
be
flake.
my...
It's not going to be the flake, I don't think. It's going to be one of the other two.
Anyone want to be my moral compass? Because I need one.
What sort of person is Elena? Is she a good person?
I think she will go over dead bodies to avenge her partner. So I think she's probably a terrible choice for a moral compass.
But is she? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm also a bit. I'd rather go last with my connections because, as Alan said, I won't be I won't be here for the rest of the session. So.
I mean, I'll pick up the moral compass.
That's what I thought. But I didn't want to tell anyone. So Alistair is my moral compass.
No, Sten. You now have a 2,000-year-old post-dead Norse warrior as your moral compass. Good luck with that.
Great.
Okay.
I love that. Next.
Yeah. So the other three are kind of linked. We just need at least one of you or two of you to link to Elena.
I mean, there are a couple of really good ones. They saw you absolutely lose it and go berserk. Tell them what the situation was and ask them how much collateral damage you caused.
I quite like to pick that one up because I think I quite admire that. And I think that you killed several mall cops when you lost it. Yeah.
Sounds right.
And I'm tempted to put one on the table, hoping you might pick it up, because there's one on mine that says, "Where's it gone?" They fill you with feelings of sexual infatuation. You are confused by the associated mortal emotions. I think I was quite turned on by watching this woman go berserk.
Your character has a sick mind, but I like it.
Dear. All right. I'll just as the standard sort of monster of the week, Hunter agenda is act like you're the hero of the story because you are. Make your own destiny. Find the damn monsters and stop them, and play your hunter like they're a real person. Although you might be a 1,000-year-old Nordic warrior, but still.
Should I do another? Are we doing another history? Each one?
Oh, you can if you want. I've got noted. Just okay.
If we're not, then saving it for like the next session. It's okay.
Okay. Now, it does. There's no chosen, so don't have to worry about that. There's no expert. There's no initiate. Cool. Yeah, the last series I ran, I did start a session sort of notes for each the 5 character classes that have them, and no one took them. So I'm like, oh. But this time someone did, so that's all right. Okay, so I believe the Divine and the Flake. Do the Wronged have one? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
And the Crooked doesn't either. From memory.
Yeah, I've got the Boss from Beyond. Let's see what the latest
That sounds like a
comms
meme,
from.
doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Let's see what. So roll plus weird. Weird is 1. Oh, that's 12. So on 10 plus, my superiors at Monarch Securities ask me to do something simple. And I also get to ask them one of the questions from the investigator, a mystery move right now.
Oh, sweet.
So I am going to ask, just so we can get it on the table, and that might fill out who Elena's prey is. What sort of creature is it?
I'm going to say Fae, in the sense of something outside linear time, vaguely almond-eyed, slender, and humanoid shaped.
That's okay then. We have a thing about elves in Asgard.
The Alfar, I believe they called them. Okay. Yes, so your job, because there's probably mystics, oracles, spookies, whatever you want to call them, that are also a consult for that Monarch security, and they give you the thing of stop the ritual. As helpful
Okay.
as that is.
Fine. Step 1, find your ritual.
Okay. And Flake has. Sorry, there's a chocolate bar called Flake here. I'm thinking, no. They mean Frohickey from X-Files. Okay. Connect the dots, I believe.
Yep, at the beginning of each mystery, if you look for the wider patterns that current events might be part of, roll plus sharp. So I rolled a 10 plus 2 is 12. So I get to hold 3. And so during the mystery, I can ask any of the following questions. Is this person connected to current events more than they're saying? When and where will the next critical event occur? What does the monster want from this person? Is this connected to previous mysteries we've investigated? And how does this mystery connect to the bigger picture? And I'm going to go ahead and spend one of those holds right away,
Okay.
Blake, and ask when and where will the next critical event occur? And you said that we've already established somehow that we know each other.
Yes.
Even though we don't necessarily have history links that we explicitly defined. So that could be how I could feed over to, excuse me, to Sten where that ritual might be, if that's a critical event.
Okay. So, the ravens are flying in weird patterns around the city. And there's one of the parks, because it is, I should point out, it's October, so it's fall or autumn, and it's Denver the year 2000. The squirrels aren't stashing stuff. The squirrels are leaving that park.
So I have to ask, has it been unusually warm and there's none of that normal nip of autumn in the air? Haven't
No.
seen that first frost yet?
No, weather's been normal.
Okay, and this is before people really admitted global warming was a thing. But my
Yeah.
nut job, Alistair, definitely is freaking out because it's a pattern aberration, and he'll
Yeah.
latch on to that.
Yeah,
He probably
good
is talking nonstop about that type of stuff to anyone who'll listen.
Yeah, so there are mobile phones, but not video camera. It's just regular camera that's all of like 2 to 3 megapixels, and yeah, but there's texting, ICQ, MSN. Okay, is everyone finished making, done the sort of bulk of their character stuff? Oh, you've moved them over. Okay. But a tracksuit. Okay. Very mafia. All right. Oh, yeah. So what's on? I've got some notes on that. What's on telly? Sopranos, Friends, Buffy, Sex and the City, and Family Guy. There's no public Wi-Fi. There's AOL, Windows 2000, Netscape, and Yahoo to help you get the time frame. Where are we? Okay, so you're all at the zoo. There's been a break-in, which somehow would have alerted you in some way.
I think that Sten, because Alistair doesn't know that Sten is here to protect him, they keep bumping into one another. So wherever Alistair goes, there's Sten. And on this occasion, I think it is the zoo.
That's great for a conspiracy nut.
Yeah, you see, every time I catch you out of the corner of my eyes, you see my eyes go really wide and me looking over both shoulders and, kind of comically trying to ditch you, but that's not, I don't have any trade craft. So I'm incredibly easy to follow. Plus, I'm not dressed like anyone else, so I totally stand out.
And sadly, Sten doesn't necessarily have the social skills to try to make friends with Alistair, which would be the logical thing to do. And so he's just this 6'4" guy in a dark suit, which again does everything for Alistair's sense of the world around him.
Okay. We're going to say, Elena, you know someone that works at the zoo. Who are they? What are they to you? Why did they let you know there's been a break-in?
I think I know one of the veteran vets.
Yep.
And I think she is, we're in a tandem group where I teach her Romanian and she teaches me English.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I drove Alistair here because we're kind of friendly.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And I'm like constantly whispering, do you see that huge guy in the suit? I swear he's following me.
Yeah, I do. Have I seen him before around Alistair?
I swear I've seen
You're
him in
a bit-
other places.
Oh.
Yeah, you, because he's your moral compass.
Right. Yeah, well, he's around you a lot, which is not a bad thing.
I don't know. It looks like he wants to kick my ass. Have you seen those eyes? He looks pissed off at me. What is the deal?
I don't know.
And I kind of like move to stand behind, keeping you between him and me because I'm just so chivalrous.
Yeah, I don't fight it.
All right, so there's a bit of police tape that's been badly put across the sort of an area at the zoo. Alan, what exhibit is it?
Oh, it has to be the polar bears.
Yes, let's choose a bigger, stronger thing in the freaking zoo. That's great. Okay.
I like this exhibit because it's cold.
I just kind of asked Alistair. Alistair, why did you bring us to the zoo?
There's a break-in, and there's been all this. Haven't you noticed how we haven't even had our first frost yet? Leaves aren't changing yet. And I've been reading in this neighborhood newsletter out on this bulletin board I subscribe to that like the squirrels are like leaving this park nearby. And then this is just too weird to not be connected. Polar bear exhibit broken into. Polar bears cold, trees not changing, too warm. It's all connected, I tell you.
Sure.
I mean, it just makes sense, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you can't argue with that sort of logic.
Sure, I'll follow that.
Okay. Elena, Susanna, your Romanian friend is person learning Romanian is she's like, yeah, this is where, well, nothing's missing, but it looks like things have been damaged. It's a bit weird. I mean, who the hell breaks into a polar bear exhibit? They're gonna die, you know. But yeah, you can have a look around if you like. Don't go in the enclosure. But CB goes off. Well, I gotta go. I'll catch you later.
See you later, Zeus. Yeah, I think. Do I see the others?
Yeah. You can't
So
miss.
I
You can't miss Sten.
yeah, well, I think I walk over to Stan and say, "Hey, Stan, something
Hello,
happened.
Elena.
It's weird. Since when do you steal stuff from polar bears? Doesn't make sense.
What's missing?
Well, apparently nothing. Let's have a look."
Good plan. Sten will just tear the do not cross tape.
You mean
there's no
have a
identity
look?
there. They've left because, as far as they're concerned, it's just some college prank or something. All right.
You mean have a look inside the polar bear place?
Yeah, so it's a cavity search on a polar bear. No, I don't think that's.
No, like, are we going inside the polar bear exhibit?
I'm gonna presume not.
I would hope not.
Just around the entrance to the exhibits, I presume you.
Oh,
meant.
so where has the break-in got to? They've not actually got into the polar bear pen.
No, it just looks like they're stuffed around with the levers and hinges and stuff. Does anyone want to roll investigate a mystery? Someone else can assist if you like.
Yeah, Elena has a look around.
All right, roll plus sharp. Is anyone going to assist, or you?
Sten will always assist Elena.
Oh dear.
So I've got a 7.
Okay.
Well, I'll roll. Do you want me to roll help out?
Yep.
+1 is 7. On 7 to 9, you get +1. Nah.
So it's still 8.
I mean,
1.
Blake, just out of character.
Yeah.
Do you, when there are different ways to run help out, do you want people to roll come what may, or wait and see if the other person, whether it makes sense, to mitigate
It's
it?
got to make sense, sort of thing.
Okay. Then I also expose myself to trouble or danger to no real advantage.
Yeah, because you're both looking at something, so your attention's. You don't notice the flake taking your wallet or whatever. No. Okay. All right, so you got one question. It can be what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can hurt it, where did it go, and what is it going to do, and what is being concealed here.
Let's see. I think what happened here.
Okay. It's not a break-in, it's more vandalism. There's not things broken, but anything metal, there's lots of corrosion.
Yeah, so I point this out to Stan. Look at
It's as
this.
if it's been, out in the weather for 100 years rather than 10 years or whatever.
So Stan,
I'm
have you ever seen something like this?
I'm dredging back through my memory, and the way I'm into it, because I've taken the alternative to use magic as my weird move, which is past lives. So I'm dredging back through this long life, and I'm just wondering, because Sten fought with the Norwegian resistance in the Second War, I'm wondering whether he ever came across anything like that when he was blowing up heavy water plants and stuff like that. So he's consulting, because the way this is supposed to work is you're supposed to relate to some past incarnation. So I'm trying to limit it to a particular window. So because otherwise it's quite a potent move, I think.
Yeah. Do you
So
roll?
yeah, I roll plus weird,
Oh.
which is whatever it is, 1. That's 7. When you channel your previous incarnations to discover something, roll plus weird. On 7 to 9, a past life has a little experience with this. Ask the keeper one of the questions below. And the questions are, what did a past life discover about something like this? How did a past life deal with something like this? What important hidden secret can a past life show me the way to? What did a past life learn too late to help them? What does a past life advise me to do now? I think I'd like to know what did a past life discover about? So is there anything here that someone with experience of the technology of the Second World War could say this is old science or new magic?
Second World War. I mean, the weather, the cold of, metal that is just cheaply made and not made into a decent alloy will rust and oxidize much quicker. That's what it looks like. That's what it reminds you of. What is
So something very cold could have been in contact with this.
Yeah, or magic's done the same thing.
Okay,
It's oxidization.
fine.
Barbara and Alistair, are you doing anything? Are you looking around as well, or?
Well, Alistair wanted to look around this enclosure after hearing word that there'd been a break-in. But Alistair sees Sten actually walking around and taking a look at stuff. And the conspiracy meter is going off. And I'm like, they always come back to the scene of the crime, don't they? I, whisper over to you, Barbara. And I'm like, I'm going to try to get a little closer and see what they're saying to each other. Cover my back. And I'm just going to casually walk up next to Stan and just stand there, very obviously trying to eavesdrop.
And of course, Sten is making no effort not to be heard. So, yeah.
Yep. And you see me set down my box of popcorn and pull out my notebook, and I start trying to transcribe what you're muttering about this oxidized metal and stuff. And I can't help myself. I'm like, I just turn to you and look up because you're like a good 8 inches taller than me. I'm like, that is so weird, isn't it?
And there's a kind of, it certainly is, Alistair.
Barbara,
whoa,
you doing
whoa.
anything?
For now, she'll just admire the fact that there is a Norwegian dude pretty big and stuff, searching for things. It's probably looking down sometimes, so she's looking at all the right places. For now, no, not much to do.
No
Just
worries.
enjoy the view.
Okay. All right. The what's his face? I'll say Barbara. You actually notice that it's not just a polar bear enclosure. As far as you can see, everything in this area that's metal has been corroded a lot.
Yeah, I'll probably bring it up to Elena, who noticed it first. Yeah, it's also here, and there, and outside. And the bars of the cage.
I think it's some kind of magic, isn't it?
Cold stuff, probably. But it's also the bars of the cage that are rusted. Rusted metal is easily broken. I don't think we should stay much longer.
Well, we have to stay to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, hopefully the polar bear will stay too.
The polar bear rolls over, rolls into the water. Big splash. All right. So,
Are we certain that no one has this corrosion? Could it have made it easier for someone to get into the enclosure, or to get their entry or exit to have been more difficult for us to spot? I suppose what I'm wondering is whether there's stuff here I haven't noticed. So I'm wondering about reading a bad situation, which is roll plus sharp, which is not, I have to say, Sten's strong point. So that's plus
normally
0.
that's for. I always thought that's for when you're in combat, when there's an obvious
Okay.
threat.
Okay.
And I mean, the polar bear is nasty, but it's not actually going to get through the cage.
That's, I suppose, what I'm testing is it's not, because Barbara's raised the possibility, I think, that this has been done to allow a polar bear out.
I mean, if it was any more, then yeah, that may happen. But it's also going to let every other creature within sort of 100 meters, 300 foot out, because they're corroded as well.
So Blake, Alistair's going to spend one of his hold.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask, how does this mystery connect to the bigger picture, to try to get an idea of who might be behind this, and what the bigger agenda is there.
But so, what are you actually doing for that? Are you just sort of running stuff in your head, or are you talking to people?
I'm talking out loud. So I think Alistair is also one of those people who has thought process. He's not real good at inside the head voices. So he verbalizes out loud. And he's been listening to Sten and Barbara and noticing where they're looking, what they're talking about. And so he starts regurgitating all this stuff about the weird weather, that we haven't had a first frost yet. This fact that's got to be connected, that it seems like it's worse here at the polar bear enclosure. And he's just, kind of spitballing stuff off of the information they've brought up, trying to pull that together. Maybe you see me flipping through my notebook where I've been writing down weird things I've been seeing on these conspiracy BBSs that I still subscribe to. And so I'm just trying to pull all these weird little pieces together here.
Okay. Are you going to ask a specific question from your?
Yeah, I did. I'll ask it again.
Sorry.
how does this mystery connect to the bigger picture? So, like I said, what I'm trying to do here is figure out how these pieces go together and who might be behind it, or an agenda for why they'd be doing this, or if it was just the presence of someone who came through here and it's coincidental, although I'll never believe it's coincidental. But
You get a bunch of messages on ICQ and MSN, is a sentence I never thought I'd say again. And it's just photos of people laughing at, oh, look how crap, some people are saying, look how crap the shops are here. And it's a bunch of photos of the Cherry Creek shopping centre. And it's all lots of things, metal doors and windows and hinges that have been corroded. And then you get the same photos from different people, some of your like-minded folk, that just says Grays. And then you get the same thing from the Chaos Coffee, which is a shop in town. It's a clicky sort of coffee bar. The same thing. There's corrosion on the doors and windows there, and people are taking photos and like,
So I think that I had taken these down as notes, and they were in my little book that goes with me everywhere, my little moleskin. And I'm just like, this reminds me, I've heard about this type of corrosion and saw photos of this at Cherry Creek Shopping Center, and evidently Chaos Coffee. And the current working theory is that it's the Greys, and I mean that kind of makes sense, right? Aliens with their weird extra dimensional presence and their quantum entanglement. It's causing accelerated rusting, and that's got to be it here. So aliens, guys, we got an aliens problem.
What's Elena doing?
Elena rolls her eyes like very hard at the bullshit that was just spouted, and she says, "Guys, can't you see it? It's the Winter Court. It must be something about the Fae. It smells like Fae. Forget about the Greys. I mean, we can check out the Greys. Yes?
Did you say Greys? It smells like Greys?
No, Fae.
Oh, God.
Grays
I bet I misread that on the boards.
It's not the Greys, it's the Whites.
I think Sten is torn between the common sense that Elena is speaking and the fact that apparently Odin thinks that Alistair's really important. And so he can't dismiss what Alistair is saying as he would normally. So I think that Sten is going to say, well, we'd better investigate those other places.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyone?
Where is this Cherry Creek of which you speak?
Oh, it's a big shopping mall plaza thing in central Denver. Yeah, and all these things have happened within the last 3 days. It's all recent, which probably sets off your paranoid alarm as well. Does any of you have a car?
Mm-hmm. I'm also a driver, so yes.
Well, what sort of cars Barbara acquired? Flashy, if you like, go for it.
Oh, it's pretty flashy. It's red. It's some sort of, I don't know cars, so it's some sort of pretty sports car. There will be a little less room than should be in the back because it's not really for 4 or 5 people, more for 2 usually. But yeah, a very pretty red car, sport, fast.
I just have this lovely picture of Alistair and Elena squeezing into the back, and then Sten hunching down with his knees here in the front.
It's the only way it can work. Stan has to go to the front. And I think
he has to be next to me.
Eleanor is checking Alistair's notes. Do you have a map of Denver?
Yeah, it's easy enough to get.
And there's also a hand-drawn map inside Alistair's notebook, which he's more than willing to hand over to you as well, because or maybe I cut and pasted that in across a series of pages, and I've got annotations from anything I've ever thought about that's weird. And so we've got that as a resource too.
So I'm pretty new to the city, but the mall and the zoo and the coffee place, is it like geographically in the same area? Is it a triangle?
They're sort of about a mile apart each.
I would say that Alistair probably notices that the 3 points make a triangle.
Yes, you would notice that.
Because all 3 points make a triangle.
Oh, that's true. Bad in math. But what is in the center of the triangle?
A couple of city blocks, a park, a monument.
Park. Well,
I mean,
that is where Faye would hide, wouldn't
well,
they?
to be fair, there's parks in like every suburb of Denver. There's a lot of trees.
You say
But
that.
yes.
Is this the park that the squirrels have been running from?
Yes.
Yeah, that's got a drawing of a squirrel with an X through it in that little section in my book.
Does the squirrel have a dagger in his hand or something? Or
Nope.
it's on a skateboard. Ah, dear. All right. So where are you driving to? The Chaos Coffee Bar, hipster bar thing, or the Cherry Creek Shopping Center?
Well, I gotta say, Blake, that it's probably not hipster yet.
No, not yet.
But
There
in
are
the
some
future,
arcade games there.
But Alistair will be begging. It's like, I gotta keep the machine running. I need some coffee because the ideas just keep coming as long as I'm juiced, right? So can we just swing by the coffee shop on our way to the park, please, please, please?
I guess so. I'll drive first there.
Okay.
Every time we approach a junction, Sten will say to Barbara, "You do realize you're approaching this junction too quickly, don't you?"
She doesn't slow down, and she doesn't respond. Maybe at the third time she'll be like, "Yes."
Okay, so there are some arcade machines in the coffee shop. There's a bit of a punk vibe to some of the customers. The arcade machines are Asteroids, Dragon Quest, and Mortal Kombat 1.
Sten loves to play Dragon Quest.
Barbara will go order 4 coffees.
Eleanor's going to throw a quarter into asteroids.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll.
If I can, I'll say to Barbara, she's going to order the coffee. Make sure Alistair's is decaffeinated.
Right. I know
She has
nothing about coffee, so I'll let Kev describe what coffee they have, I guess.
Well, back then, although it is a major city, it's probably not going to be just real super sophisticated. They probably just have light, dark, and medium roast, and they probably don't have any single source or pea berries or anything like that. And as I see Barbara going up there, I shout, "Dark roast, biggest they got, but leave room for cream."
I'll smirk at Stern when he says that. I am going to give him some caffeinated coffee. I want to see what that causes. Like now, I'm
Sheer
curious.
brilliance is what
Right.
it's going to cause.
Yeah, we need everyone on the top game.
Elena, you're not doing well on Asteroids. Are you going to burn a point of luck to win the game? No, you don't have to do that. That would be a ridiculous waste. Alrighty.
If I want to have the high score, then maybe it's a well spent luck point.
Yeah, no, you don't have to do that. We can just say you've done it right. Okay. Yep, same thing. Any sort of metal entrances and large metal objects has been corroded.
So I think you see Alistair pouring and pouring and pouring sugar in, then a little bit of cream and stirring up his coffee and caps it and goes back up to the barista and he's like looking at the espresso machine and stuff where it's got that patina or rust across and it's like, this place used to look so nice, and what the heck happened to all your stuff here? I mean, and I just point and rub my finger along the rust and pull my finger off and shake some of the oxidation off of it. I'm like,
Well,
what's the
okay,
deal? When did this happen?
like last night, the weather said it wasn't cold, but it's like there's a snap frost or something, and yeah, everything. Now we're getting someone to go down to Sears to get some anti-rust stuff, but we're gonna need a lot of it.
So there was a snap frost here last night,
Well,
or
that's
not?
what it looks like, but the
Oh, it
weather.
looks like, but okay. Oh, that's weird.
Anything
And
else
any
weird?
others? Yeah. I look right over at Barbara and I like lift my coffee. I'm like, oh yeah, you're on my wavelength now. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, anything else weird before he goes crazy?
Um, anything else weird? Mm, you had a dream about this shop last night, Barbara. What happened in the dream?
I think I had coffee. Um,
Oh, so it's just a regular everyday sort of dream?
and someone was very energetic after. And I saw Stern there, and he drank coffee and became extremely energetic. And that's probably why I decided not to give him decaf.
Oh, so you're trying to make the dream happen.
Yeah.
That is the
Anything else
point
I
when
should?
Sten strikes the side of the Dragon Quest. Damn this thing!
Good job, Barbara. Good job.
While you're in there having your coffee, there's a thing on the news that says some wild animal got out and attacked some people in one of the parks, tore some people up.
Tore some people up
Yep.
in the park we were referring to earlier.
No, it's a different park.
Oh.
Any speculation on what type of animal based on the wounds?
Not that they're
Like
saying over the
cougar,
news.
bear?
Yeah, possibly
could
some
go
sort of
check.
cougar.
We could go check the wounds, but we probably should stay away from that park.
It's on CNN, so it's a fairly unedited. You can see there's something being covered up over there and something being covered up over there, and yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Oh, we should definitely go to that park. Grab your coffees. Let's get into the car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Right. Do people need a toilet break? But sorry, bio break. Are we all good? Or?
Oh my God, I would love to make another cup of coffee because it's so flippin' early here. If you can give me 5 to 6 minutes, that would
Sure,
be
we'll go
enough
5 minutes.
time for me to do a quick aero press. Be right back.
No worries. We'll give it 5. You in the States, Horst? Or?
No, I'm in the Netherlands, Amsterdam.
Okay. Yeah. So far, every time I've had a game, there's always been someone in America, someone in Europe, and then myself is Australian. So the gauntlet spans the globe.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing to play with people from all over the globe.
Wait, we have Australia, the Netherlands, England, Israel. Where's Cthulhu?
Kevin's in northern USA.
So we have almost all the continents.
And honorary polar bears. Okay. So you guys, you people, the hunters, step outside the coffee shop. What does Sten look like? Give us a slow-mo camera shot of Sten.
Well, he's very tall, 6'4", heavily muscled, an almost shaven head and a slightly straggly beard. He has a dark suit on, and there's a kind of sense of contained power about him. So it's very much that kind of. He probably has to duck slightly to get out through this door. So yeah, he's a big lad. He is built like the proverbial brick shit house.
Barbara, camera moves to you. What are you saying?
Currently in a regular tracksuit. She's kind of thin, slimmer, like very, like
Athletic?
basically slim, athletic, slim. She looks really friendly. She keeps smiling and laughing at what people say, and yeah, basically that.
No worries. Camera moves to Elena.
Elena is also very slim, almost gaunt. I think she has like sad eyes. She wears these very unfashionable 80s Eastern European sweaters with a horrible color scheme, and a dark patched coat, dark hair, pretty.
Okay. And lastly,
Oh, she has a violin case with her shotgun in it.
Okay. Alistair, what does camera moves to you?
So we're just describing how each
Yeah,
character
you sort of
looks
step
at
out of the coffee
pantry.
shop.
Okay.
And...
Yeah. Okay. So Alistair is about 5'6", maybe. He's a really slight build, and he's got brown hair that's a little bit wild. It's not long enough to really look super crazed. And he's got a beard that's maybe an inch long and not very well trimmed. And his dark eyes are just darting all over the place all the time. And he's wearing a army surplus jacket and jeans and a t-shirt and some really beat up looking work boots.
Okay.
And looks just kind of shabby and like not quite like a bum, but like a guy who might be making a slide down to that unfortunate life station.
No worries. Okay. Yeah, so you stepped out of the coffee shop. You were looking to go to the park where there was a animal attack. After the animal attack, there's a bit on CNN about Clinton and Blair are debating some issues with NATO because, Turkey wants to leave, UK wants to join. What are we doing this for? Blah, blah, blah. And you step out of the coffee shop. We get that lovely camera shot of the full review. Okay, and across from the coffee shop, you can see someone graffitiing something in an alley.
Could you repeat this? Someone feeding something? Is that what you said?
Graffitiing. They're spraying something on the wall, doing graffiti.
Oh, graffiti. Okay.
Sten will run over. He needs to demonstrate some moral compassing.
And Alistair's following because you got to collect all the data points. And you see him reaching in to pull out his notebook because he's going to make a note of the graffiti.
Okay.
So Sten will race up behind the graffiti artist and grab him by the back of the coat.
Okay. As you're racing up, you notice he was actually spraying gasoline on the wall, and he was sort of about to light it up, but you stopped him.
What are you doing? I lift him up.
Right. Roll plus cool, please. Sten.
That is a 1.
Sweet.
Perfect.
That's a 9. Yeah,
Oh,
9.
damn it. I thought you meant you got a 1. I thought, oh, damn it.
Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon. No, sorry to raise your hopes on that one. No. Cool is 1.
Yes. When Lowell notices someone fail, he just sort of softly smiles, but I just burst out laughing. Okay, you got a 9. Okay, so 9 is keeper going to give you a worse. Okay. This guy has a kind of fire in his eyes, like a magical fire. Now, the choice for you, because this is act under pressure, is you can get hurt, but sort of get some insight into what he's doing, or you can, just sort of miss out.
Okay, I think that, given where we are, I think I need to take the risk.
All right, so, he kind of lights it up with his offhand while you're yanking him back, and he looks at you with a fire in his eyes. You, see he's got the words, "Glory to the Summer King." And
Right.
you can either put him down or you can be holding the spray because you want to do it yourself.
How do you mean do it myself?
Because you feel like doing it yourself. So you can put him down because he's a comrade, or you can just pick it up and do some more yourself.
No, I'm confused. He's a comrade.
Yeah, when he looked at you with the fire in his eyes, you feel like he's a comrade now. It's like
I see. I beg your pardon. I
some
beg
of
your
his
pardon.
fervor.
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood. Then I think I will let him do it.
So you put him down, and he sort of goes to the other wall, and he's like, "Glory to the Summer King," and he's spraying more graffiti on the wall.
And I'll turn to protect him.
Barbara, Elena, doing anything?
Elena is rolling her eyes again and saying to Barbara, "Man," as if we wouldn't have better things to do than apprehending a graffiti artist.
So you should have given him the decaf.
I might have should listen to him. Yes, I'll go grab the car in the meantime and stop it next to the whole nonsense. So quick get out of there.
Get ready for a quick getaway. Yep.
So Alistair, he sees what's being written, and I turn and look at the graffiti artist, and I'm like, "So who is the Summer King?"
He is the new king. He will be king of all. Burn everything. And he starts to try and set fire to a dumpster.
Okay, I'm not gonna let that happen because that'll draw too much attention to me in this area right now. I might be a little wacky, but I like to try to stay on the down low with the cops. And so I'm gonna kind of try to horse collar him as he's walking over to the dumpster with obvious intent.
Okay.
I'll call the police.
So you're going to try and stop him?
I think, given my declared fictional positioning, I have no alternative but to maneuver myself in front of Alistair and put my hands out, because I think probably I can hear Odin in the back of my mind saying, "Protect Alistair." And at the same time, I'm now having to protect him. And he's doing stuff, and Alistair is about to get in the way. So I stand in front of Alistair, I put a hand out.
Yep. Is that going
And
to
you're
stop you?
obviously holding me easily because you outweigh me by quite a bit.
I will
You're
say,
just going to let them light that up? I mean, what good does that do anything? And I am so confused right now. This doesn't fit in with any of my notes, any of them.
And I think that Sten is looking confused.
well, you're also hot. Like, since the
You
point
mean
you
the
entered the
temperature
alley,
is hotter?
no,
Okay.
I mean Sten is hot.
Hot to the
So I can
touch.
feel heat coming off of him.
Yep, and you'd be sweating, and you'd know that you weren't, 30 seconds ago.
And Alistair, being Alistair, just reaches up with the back of his hand slowly so he doesn't get his fingers broken up and puts the back of his hand up against Sten's forehead. It's like, you're feverish. Do you not feel that?
I am confused, Alistair.
I don't think being around this nut job is good for you.
My role is protection.
Well, I think, Stan, what we should do then is neutralize that threat. I point over at the guy who probably by now has the fire started in the dumpster, I'm guessing.
Yep, and the Barbara's car pulls up.
I'm like, we can't just leave a fire here. There's people in these buildings.
I already called the police. Don't worry, and 911.
Hang on.
Wow.
Would you though? I thought you were crooked. I thought you.
So what? I don't want him to set fire to the city.
Okay, so you're encouraging these guys to get away from the scene by calling. Okay, I get where you're coming from. Okay.
Also, my moral compass told me to stop him, so maybe he stopped stopping him, but I'll continue.
All right,
guys, in the car.
Elena, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm observing the scene. This looks weird. So it is obvious to me that that Stan and Alistair are fighting somehow. Is that what I get from the scene? I'm reading a message.
Well, it's a verbal.
Yeah, they're not actually brawling.
Verbal contest.
Oh, it's not that he put you. Yeah, he's not lifting you up or something.
No, he just held out a hand and stopped me, and I knew there's no way I'm going through or around him if he doesn't want me to.
Okay. So it's not that obvious, but I mean, there's some kind of weird triangle going on between the graffiti person, Stan and Alistair. And can I interpret that in a way that what is the biggest threat, for example?
Well, Stan and Alistair aren't trying to hurt each other. They're just trying to talk them at the minute. The guy down the alley who lit 2 fires now is trying to set fire to some garbage bins.
Yeah, I take out my shotgun and approach the guy, the graffiti.
Okay, he's lighting up some part of the wall, and he's got down on his knees and he's saying, "Praise the Summer King. The Summer King will guide us to the new, the glory place."
Drop the spray can now, and I
call the police.
Well, you might call the ambulance.
All right, so you're trying to manipulate someone?
Yeah.
It's not really charm though. I'm going to say
Well,
roll.
I do
roll
have
plus-
fervor, so with fervor I can manipulate someone in a threatening way with tough.
Yep, go for it.
And ooh, that is a what is my tough 2, I think. That is a 7. Ooh.
All right. And all right, so he's like, just put, don't shoot me. I'll stop. Just don't shoot me. What am I doing? And he seems a bit confused, and he's sort of, what am I doing here?
What is your name?
Frank.
Guys, I think I hear sirens.
Yeah, you can hear
Frank,
sirens in the distance.
come with us.
In this very small sports car.
You can sit on my lap. You got to come with us.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
Elena jumps
Oh,
into
I've never seen you guys before. I don't know. And he goes to run away. He's dropped
What's
the.
Sten's state of mind? Does he still think this is a comrade, or is that
No,
just?
no, that's gone now.
Oh, then I just reach for him.
All right. He's got no chance, so I can just say you grab him.
And I'll put him in the boot.
Okay.
What?
He's in the boot.
The boot?
Yeah, boot of
So
the
the part of a
the
car?
The trunk of the car.
The trunk. No men in my trunk, please. Just
We need to
give him-
interrogate him.
I haven't done anything. Let me go. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know any of you people.
Fine. In the trunk. What? Okay, and I drive out of there as fast as possible.
All right, so you get in, you put him and Frank in the trunk. All right. Are you still going to the parklands, or are you going somewhere else now that you have a passenger?
We need a safe place to interrogate this person. I do not like what he did.
Is Stan still
We could
warm?
go to my place.
Is Stan still
Well,
warm?
at the office, I guess, yeah. All right, so what does your place look like?
Oh, my place is just a rented storage locker, and I've put corkboard up on one whole wall, and then it's like just filing cabinets I've salvaged out of dumpsters over the years where the drawers don't quite close and stuff. It's where I keep all my information and do all my, connecting the dots. So you see, the pins and the strings and maps of Denver.
Different
and all
colored
that
strings,
type of
different
stuff.
colored pins.
Yep. And so I roll the door up on that, and I'm like, all right, we can talk here without being interrupted, I think.
All right. So don't kill me, please don't kill me. I'm just an exchange student.
Put him in a chair and pull the roller at the front of the storage unit down, and then give him a very hard look.
I'm getting
What did
Reservoir
you-
Dogs flashbacks.
What did you do to me, boy?
But I've never seen you before. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's
It's a kind of magic.
Well, I think Elena knows some kind of I don't know, ritual or something where she can place herself back in time and see what happened to him, like what changed him.
all right.
Is-
So you
is
spent
that-
time with some sort of wizard or oracle or whatever that taught you how to meditate, and like maybe
I would, yeah, like probably like a witch from the village who taught me that one ritual.
all right. Yep, that's fine. We can get that. Maybe it's even the lady that worked at the zoo.
Could be.
Okay, so we're going to do use magic.
Mm-hmm.
So roll plus weird.
Let's check. I think my weird is 1. Yes.
So what'd you get?
Oh my lord, snake eyes.
Oh, excellent.
So my goal was to transport myself back in time to the place where Frank got under the influence of the Winter King, the Summer King. Sorry.
Yep. So there's a person in sort of red, Middle Ages armor with a helmet and a sort of file around him, and he puts his hand on Frank, who was just a guy at a bus stop. And after that, it's just a series of images of Frank doing arson/graffiti. The downside is quite a lot of the electronics in Alistair's room just went psst and shut down.
Man, do you know how hard it is to find a decent 8-track player these days? And you see that I've got like a big stack of 8-tracks of all the classic rock and stuff. Oh, well, I can use them for parts, maybe.
Yeah, actually, the 8-tracks themselves probably wouldn't be affected by like EMP.
Right, the 8-tracks are fine. It's the player, and they're already starting to be hard to find in 80 or 2000.
Yep. All right.
So I think Elena comes by. What is it called? Like comes back from her trance.
Yep.
And she grabs Alistair and says, "I'm really sorry for your player, but I think I saw the Summer King. He's this monstrous being in a red armor."
This might be a consult the archives moment.
All right. I'll just see what Barbara's doing while you roll for that.
Barbara is looking at the verse. The shit is going on in our there. She probably finds a chair and then doesn't sit on it because it's probably too dirty anyway. And she's just weirded out by all the shit that's going on right now.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
So 2D plus 1 for weird gets me to 8. So on an 8, I think probably we're now going quite a long way back. So because this guy's wearing red armor. So that would seem to me that I'm looking in my Dark Age slot, past life. And on a 7 to 9, a past life has a little experience of this. Ask the keeper one of the questions below. Oh, this is an interesting one, I think. Let's assume that something like this was encountered back in the Dark Ages. What did a past life learn too late to help them? So what did we find out about this thing too late to actually help?
I'm going to say it was 1600s Amsterdam, if you're cool with all this. There was like a werewolf coven that was being corrupted and made really nasty rather than people just trying to deal with it and live their lives. Because the people leading them down, the person leading them down the dark path had this red armor. So that kind of rings a bell that you've come across this scumbag before. And you managed to scare it off because you don't know sort of what it was, but it didn't like holy water. If all of that's cool with your long backstory.
Then where would we get holy water? And holy to whom? Because I'm assuming that maybe I observed this being done and only later put together the fact that there's the guy in black scattering water about, that it was holy. So maybe Christian holy water might work.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was
So
Christian water in this case.
I hear Stan saying, where will we get holy water? And you see Alistair turn around and look at one of the maps of Denver. And he's like, here, 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 and there. And well, I don't know if I'm allowed back into that parish, but you might be able to get into it.
I can say
I
you've
can-
actually got a couple in your stash if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Also any church.
yeah, I was pointing out Catholic churches on my map. I have all the religious institutions marked. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm banned from that parish. So they caught me grabbing water out of the font. And so I go over to a bank of filing cabinets that has H on it and pull it open. And in the holy water hanging file folder, I pull out 2 vials. I'm like, well, I got these. Is that enough, do you think, Sten?
I don't know how this holy water works, so in fact, I'm not quite certain I like it.
All right, so Frank's like, well, look, I've taught you, let me free. I haven't hurt anybody. I'm just an exchange student.
Oh, there's a bus stop. Just go down to the corner and take a left, and that's the 3 line there, and you can get wherever you need.
All right. So, thank you. Thank you.
Sten will
Where he was
look him in the eye before he leaves and say, "You were never here."
He's like, no worries, no worries. And he gets the roller door up and rolls underneath. All right. Frank has left the building. Elena, what are you doing?
I think she's still recovering from her vision.
Okay.
So Sten,
I was just going to say, Alistair hands you the 2 vials. And he's like, okay, so holy water. We don't know how to use it. Do we know where to use it? Anyone, ideas here. Come on, okay, it's time for some brainstorming, folks.
Well, in the movies, they usually spray a few drops on something and bless. And how did they say in that movie? Jesus compels you. Christ compels you. Christ compels you. Yeah.
Ooh, like The Exorcist. I saw that. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, wait. And I go over to the G filing cabinets, and in the gun folder, I have a water gun. I'm like, what if we put it in this?
How much do you have?
These 2 vials. And you look at it and you go, that's what, maybe 3 ounces between the 2 of them?
Yeah, no, we'll keep it on. Give me the 2 vials.
Okay. I trust you.
Good. I put them in my pockets, like jacket, something pockets, where my guns are probably. Well, not in the same pockets. Okay, so we have the water to get rid of that thing. Where do we find it? And what does that have to do with ice?
I think we should go to the park. Maybe we can like track the creature down. Maybe there's some kind of portal there.
You think the
Can I
creature
just
might
ask?
be summer? Yeah.
Did we find out which bus stop he was at? Could you see a bus number, Elena, when you looked at when he was affected? Because that's another dot on the map, perhaps.
So can I?
Yep. So you just kind of close your eyes and run through your mind again, and it was like stop 3 in the city, which is near the park where the squirrels are leaving, not the park where the people were slaughtered.
Oh, that's 2 different parks.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I vote for the squirrel abandonment part.
It's a sentence I bet you never planned to say.
I guess I do too. At least we won't get mauled by some beast.
Well,
Squirrel Band.
honestly, I at this point, I think we could get mauled anywhere. But yeah, I think we go where it seems to have started, and then we can maybe spiral out from there. And I tear down one of my maps from the wall and fold it back up and start walking to the car. And I'm like, Sten, so is this like a winter court, summer court type turf battle we're in the middle of here? Or you seem to have some memories there when you were talking?
Nowhere in my long memory has there been a king of summer. It has always been a queen.
Yeah, it's always matriarchal for Fae.
This is a kind of Fae that the Scalds do not write of,
Cool.
nor
Interesting.
even sing.
Something new.
Okay. So you're going to the park that the squirrels are abandoning. We'll say it's a Dodge Challenger or something, since it's a fast car with 2 doors. Okay. And Barbara's coming along, I'm guessing. Oh, sorry, not Barbara. Elena's coming along. Yep. Are we going? All right, you're going to the parkland. As you're driving there, there's some big billboard ads for Almost Famous and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I really want to see that hidden tiger, crouching dragon. It just looks so strange.
That kind of stuff will never catch on.
Okay.
I'm going to investigate a mystery. Because I'm really pissed off. Whatever this did, it stopped me doing what I was supposed to do. And if there is one thing an Anherier is supposed to do, it is what he's supposed to do. So, sharp. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so +0. A 10? So on a 10, hole 2. What is being concealed here? What do I see through the eyes of Odin's wisdom?
Well, when Alistair mentioned the Fae Quartz thing, Fae don't like metal, iron specifically. So they tried to act out and vandalize a lot of stuff during the Industrial Revolution. And this reminds you of that because they were trashing stuff and they did use magic to corrode things. So this may be them or someone encouraging them to come back or have a bigger presence because there's lots of things being corroded in the city.
Oh, so could the King of Summer be some kind of mortal who's doing something to aid the Summer Court? I hadn't thought of that. Okay. And my second question, I'd like to hold my second question, please, for later in the scene.
Jolly good. So you get out the car in the parklands. Elena, there's I don't know, we'll say 9 cats in the sort of parklands around you, and they sort of look at you and they look deeper into the parklands and they look back at you and they look deeper into the parklands and they do it a third time.
I approach the cats, talking softly in Romanian. Yes, my feline friends, show me where I should go.
And they all
Show me the way.
they all stop moving and then just turn their heads to look deeper into the parklands.
And now we're talking to cats.
I told you it was gonna get weird.
Elena hisses. We are not talking cats. I do. And yeah, well, if the cats don't show me the way, I will follow where they looked towards.
Yep. And then it's like, bang, they all go back to acting like normal cats.
Okay, guys, I think I got a lead. Follow me.
From the cat. Is that a normal thing?
Well, from nature's wisdom, and it shows itself in many faces. Cats are among, one of them.
Well, we kidnapped a person today. What could go wrong with following a cat?
You kidnapped an arsonist.
Well, I hypnotized arsonists, not just any.
All right, so
I think I'm bringing my my shotgun out of the car with me.
all right, by this time, we'll say it's like 7 at night, and it's autumn, so it is dark. It's cold.
Then I turn on my watchman's flashlight.
There's a cold breeze. Are you doing the FBI hold it up X-Files style?
Yeah. Except for I'm turning way too much, so that it's really hard to see anything because I'm just every sound I'm jerking around.
Good stuff. All right.
As Sten will ostentatiously pat his breast pocket, just as though checking something is there.
It is fairly dark. Is Barbara taking the shotgun or?
Oh, yeah, I'm taking it with me.
Don't have to, but it's dark. You can't get away with it without people screaming and running or anything.
It is dark, and are there people here?
Well,
Like
there's heaps of
lots
people around. Not that you can see, but I mean, it's a fairly sizable park. It is dark.
Just check it open, so I'll put it on the inside and kind of close it on me. You
Is
have to be safe.
Elena sort of up the front?
Yeah, I think with Alistair, because she needs the light. Like in front of Alistair, hoping that he's behind her to to light the way.
Sten has drifted off to one side, so he can see where they're going and see the light is taking them, but he's going to avoid being part of the group.
Okay, so
He can protect them better from over there.
All right, cool bananas. Okay, so who's immediately behind Elena?
Probably Alistair with the flashlight.
All right.
Like kind of holding it up so it can shine over her shoulders. But that's probably really annoying because he'll light her path for a second and then it darts off another direction, then darts back and messing up anyone who's real close to me, our night vision most likely. Sorry,
Cool.
but got to make things harder.
That's the other reason Sten drifted off.
I figured as much.
Right. Alistair, you see 2 7-foot humanoids, 2 legs, 2 arms, fairly upright and all that, burst out of the bushes on either side of Elena. They look like, they're about to grab her from either side. What are you doing?
I scream and shout, "Bears!" Hoping that Sten will swoop in.
Sten is certainly aiming to swoop in.
All right, you can't quite get there. Elena, you've got to act under pressure first.
Yeah, let's see.
Cool.
Plus cool, I guess. That's a 1. Is it? Yes.
Yeah.
So. Jesus, the heights. This is a 4.
4, sweet. So they've grabbed you from either side. They're just grabbing your arms and they're trying to take you deeper into the park. Sten, since you're keen to act.
I'm going to attempt to protect Elena.
Right.
So when you prevent harm to another character, roll plus tough, which is 2. So I'm literally just coming out of the undergrowth and I'm looking to take one of them out and take them down. So 2d plus 2. That's 13. So on 7 plus, you protect them okay, but you will suffer some or all of the harm they were going to get. On 10 plus, choose an extra. You suffer little harm. All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy. You hold the enemy back. I think that I'm prepared to take the hit and then have all impending danger focused on me.
Oh, so you've triggered the aggro. Okay, so the big blue skinned dudes, they've got 2 big black eyes. Sorry, 4 big black eyes that sort of go up like that, and they've got 3 digited hands, and they were just hauling Elena through, but sort of you bump one, and they both turn to you and go shh, and they slice into you for 2 points of harm, minus whatever armor you've got. The good news is Elena isn't grabbed anymore. Barbara, what are you doing?
Aim a shotgun and say something like, no, I'll just shoot. It seems those beasts don't look like they're going to. And what plus what?
Plus tough, so kick some ass. In this case, you're just going to shoot one of the bad guys.
That would be a 10. Can advantage, inflict terrible harm, suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
So you can
I want to shoot.
You can blow one of them backwards, or you can just hurt one really badly, or
I don't know about inflict harm on each other, because I'm shooting him. Yeah, so I just need to choose one. I want to force one of them down on the floor, so we could talk to it.
Oh, so you probably shot one, and he sort of staggered backwards a bit, and he's sort of
Shoot in the leg, yeah. Like,
sitting on
pow.
the floor, and he's not happy.
3 harm.
But he's pretty much blow his leg off.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do, basically.
Yep. Not happy at all.
Stay down.
Okay. The other one sort of looking around, he goes to run deeper into the park. Elena, what are you doing?
So I mean, I hear the incredible loud noise of a shotgun going off, and I see the guy falling on the ground, and the other one is disappearing into the woods.
Yep.
I think she drops her violin case, kicks it open, grabs it, and shoots the creature in the back.
Okay, I will point out these things look like the things that hurt your family or partner or whatever it was that in your background.
That's why they do look like the prey.
Yep. So yeah, roll kick some ass, fire away.
It's an 11.
Oh, all right. Yeah, do you just want to kill him, or you want to sort of wound him and force him down, or?
Well, we have one. I think I really want to kill him.
All right, that's fine.
And it's I shout for Adrian, who is my spouse.
All right, I feel, I don't know, not a sense of relief, but a sense of, you know, about time sort of thing. Took one of these buggers down, and he goes down. Very green ichor splashes everywhere because Hollywood. Okay. Alistair, you've got a wounded fey creature on the ground with his leg blown off. He's
Yep. So
blinking its
Alistair
eyes rapidly
comes
at
up
you.
holding the watchman's flashlight.
Yep.
You know, up about shoulder height, shining it down in those eyes. And then I pull out a little Kodak Instamatic camera and snap a shot and put it back in my pocket. And how badly wounded? Does it look like it's bleeding out?
Well, it's missing a
Or-
leg, so yeah, there's quite a bit of black ichor coming out of it.
I'll go ahead and pull my belt off and tourniquet that, because I assume we might want to ask questions before it dies. I'm like,
Okay.
I'll take care of this so we can question it. And I lay the flashlight down on the ground.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything while he's doing that?
Oh, and I shout, "What is it anyway?"
Yeah, but I'll tell Stan to sit on it to keep it down. Stan seems like he's strong enough to do that.
I'm assuming is it trying to get up?
Well, no, it's quite weak and sort of stunned.
Then I think I would like to. Do I know exactly what this is? Can I find an example in the back catalogue? Oh, in fact, I've got a hold left, haven't I?
No, I will say you remember, because you would have talked to Elena about it, and this is what she described as one of these things.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to work out is because I've got a hold left from that investigative mystery. So what I'd
Yep.
like to do is, what sort of creature is it?
That's
Can we
fae.
get a bit of specific? So
They're
just generic fae.
generic fae.
Do I get
meaning,
caught?
wild fae.
Wild fae. Okay. And then I will take it by the throat and say, "Tell me about the ritual."
And this is manipulate someone, but because you shot its leg off, I'm not going to make you roll. That would be silly. Yeah, it just sort of nods to further into the park and says, open portal.
So we need to
Gonna-
open a portal.
Close it, no? Wait, what?
Ritual, portal, never.
So we need to stop a portal from getting open. If there
the
is such a thing.
mortal's blood. The rest of the words don't seem to make a lot of sense because it's not English or anything.
I
Gonna
look up
hurt
at
any more
Barbara.
people? I put it in his head. We're gonna hurt any more people?
6 will be hurt for the portal.
Are you going to hurt any more people?
It sort of snarls and Summer King will burn you all.
Should we have a second shotgun fire? Third. I mean third. I look at the other guys. Do it?
Sten will choke it to death.
Oh, okay.
We already had shotgun fires. It's not gonna save us, but okay. Put it back.
So Blake, it said 6 will be hurt for the portal. And how many people were mauled to death at the other park?
That was 2.
2?
Yeah, so Alistair pulls out his little notebook again. He's like, did that thing just say 6 will be hurt for the portal? And I
Yes.
gotta say again, maybe Faye and Gray, not that different. Portals, transportation, teleportation. I'm saying it's all connected. But regardless, we'll figure that out. We know for sure that 2 people have been killed by unnatural activity.
But that may
Another
not be
park.
related.
In another park, though.
I'm sorry, I
maybe-
didn't hear that.
Yeah, that may not be related. Alright,
Oh,
But
it's
it is
all
in his
related.
head. Maybe we should have asked it where before we finished him off, or something.
Deeper into the park. He indicated deeper into the park.
Yeah, we could go in.
You hear someone cry, "Help!" and then a sound of someone getting smacked in the face.
Oh, can you give me the flashlight?
No.
No? Ugh,
No.
I need to get my own. Let's go.
I'll walk right alongside you.
I don't want you with the flashlights. It's
You
not
can have
helpful.
a flashlight. It's just it's a
No,
small one.
this
Or
time-
Yeah,
whatever.
mine's a
know.
big like mag light for beating people down as well
You
as
can have like
lighting
a
their
pen,
way.
flashlight with it on your key ring or something. That's fine.
I'll have one next session.
Right, so yeah, what are you're heading further into the park, are you? Or
Yeah, I think.
where's the sound?
Yeah, I'm assuming Sten will go back to the same arrangement. But when he got up from choking him, his seeming human guise will fall away, and we'll see him in his ring mail with a hammer. And there is another picture in the character keeper right at the bottom.
oh, lovely. He looks friendly.
Because this is getting serious.
Any other character reaction to that?
Interesting.
They're still a tall, big, buff dude, but just scarier now.
I think Alistair can't help himself and snaps a picture. So you get that flash cube going off real bright.
But my guess is that in 2000, Society for Creative Anachronism was still doing things in parks in the States. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Alistair, when you sort of get your Polaroid, you got to put it with the other one. The one of the Fae, there's nothing there.
Damn it. Always happens. Aliens and Fae. Can never get them on film.
Maybe they're the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's connected. I tell you. And I'm just going to keep babbling on about all the similarities between Fae and aliens, the weird shapes and
Shh,
stuff.
not now. Not now.
So
Quiet.
I keep
right.
whispering about it under my breath, though, as we creep along.
So there's a big monument. We'll say to do with the Korean War. And there's some people tied up, shackled against it. Barbara, did you have any enemies as a crooked?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that person is one of the people tied up. What's their name?
His name is Mark Burton.
Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
All right, so Mark is
Yeah.
there tied up.
Maybe we should let one of them go.
He sees you and he's like, he's trying to nod his head as if they help because they've been he's been gagged.
Yeah.
So what else do we see besides these people chained up to the monument? Is there something else around them, or a fire? Or
There's one of these other fey creatures that's just sort of on the other side and it's looking out into the park. Yeah, it's on the opposite side to you guys. One of the guys tied up is a radio jock. His name's Albert. He does like a psychic radio show. He's about 20. Friendly guy, but yeah. Whereas you think everything's a conspiracy, he thinks everything's, vibes, auras, psychic related.
same deal. I've probably called in numerous times to a show to argue.
He's a
about
friendly,
that.
happy guy, but yes, it's got a shop
So-
radio show.
Just us two? Or more people?
No, it's just those two.
Okay. Let's go untie them.
There's obviously spots where they were going to tie more people, but yeah, there's just two of them. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Shall we go forward?
Are you
Yeah,
gonna
Alistair's
try
gonna.
and
Yeah,
sneak
let's
up,
go.
or are you just going to charge and alert the thing on the other side?
You should probably charge. I point at Stan.
Go get him.
Go get him.
Cover us.
Go get him.
I think Sten will want to try read a bad situation.
Okay.
So roll plus sharp, which is plus 0. That's 8. On an 8, hold 1. We know there is something on the other side of this monument.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can see it's one of these fey creatures with the.
Oh, just one of those. Oh, just
Yep.
one of those.
Yes.
Okay.
It's only 7 foot tall. Should be a piece of cake.
Yeah. Well, I shall smite him then and hold my read a bad situation. No. What's the biggest threat? There you go.
There's graffiti on the monument, and it's got, "Glory to the Summer King." So you get
So
this is
fire.
part of something
It's-
bigger feeling.
Yeah. Is there a smell of gasoline? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Then I am going to try to subdue the creature on the other side so we can get a little bit more detail.
So this would be act under pressure.
Okay.
All right, so he's sneaking over there. Barbara, are you? Sorry, not Barbara. Elena, are you doing anything?
Yeah, Elena is when she sees Stan rushing forward, she moves towards the two tied up men to
Okay.
untie them.
All right, so you and Alistair doing that. Okay. All right. Yep. So act under pressure. Stan.
Don't untie that one so fast.
Well, Alistair's untying Albert. He assumes that because he saw the way your eyes locked on Mark, who he doesn't know, that you're going to take care of Mark. He doesn't know. I don't think that
when you
it's
move
an enemy
the gag on
relationship.
Mark, he's like, set me free. We'll call it even. Just get me out of here. What the hell? What the hell are these things?
Don't know what those things are.
Aliens! I shout.
Well,
Because I'm untying Albert.
I'm just wondering if all of this shouting and commotion on one side of the monument in any way distracts the creature on the other side, and would therefore make this slightly easier to subdue.
Yeah, it would. So, Barbara, are you setting Mark free, or are you going to leave him now? Knee him in the balls while he's there, or what are you doing?
Where's my moral compass when you need it? Then again, he would probably just cut his head off. I start untying him.
Okay.
Very slowly.
It's like, I won't forget. We'll call it even. You don't know if he's being honest, but that's what he's saying. Okay, so act under pressure and +1 because, as you said, they're distracted.
Okay, so that's +2 altogether. That gets me 9. On 7 to 9, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay on my way to subduing him.
So, can we? Can I do a helping out where the shouting and commotion I was making to see if that can give the
Well, we could already
+1?
gave him a +1, so.
Oh, you already
kind of
did.
already
Okay,
so
sorry, I missed
sort
that.
of situational one. Okay. There can be some noise that's going to attract attention, but you take him out, or you miss him, but there's not noise.
We've already got noise, so
Yeah,
I just take him to the ground.
All right,
and subdue him. And I say in his ear, does he have ears? I say in the back of his head, tell me about the ritual.
Mark, the person that Barbara just freed, goes out, kill those fucking bastards. He's like, just, to kill those alien freaks. And he's standing there very angry.
Sten will look up at him and say, shut up.
So,
shut up, or he will behead you too.
Okay, so you freed the prisoners. The one you took out. He's like, yeah, we no ritual. They're free now. We can't. We need.
Where were the other victims coming from?
Just anyone we could grab nearby.
Take me to your leader.
Alistair shoots you a big thumbs up across the clearing if he hears that. Turning the tables on the aliens. I love it.
Okay. All right, so we'll say Barbara and Sten. The sort of idea, you see the graffiti on the monument, and part of you wants to touch it and like trace your finger along it, but it's up to you if you do that or not.
Sten is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And so he will take this creature by the throat,
Right.
drag him to his feet, drag him over to this graffiti.
He's heavy because he's 7 foot, but yep.
Yeah. And trace. Is this gasoline or is it graffiti?
It's gasoline and something else.
I will trace this
With your finger or his?
with his finger.
What are you doing?
All right, and there's sort of purple and orange fire sort of goes over his arm and his hand and his head, and he starts writing "Glory to the Summer King" in the ground and stuff, and then he tries to start setting stuff on fire. We'll say it's Alistair's shoe.
Oh, in which case I just hit him with a hammer.
And I'm stomping on my shoe with the other boot going, shit, shit, shit.
Okay. Elaine, are you doing anything?
I mean, it looks like. Does it look like they are under some kind of manipulation again? I mean, is it like compulsive what Stan is doing?
Oh no, Sten isn't doing it. This was it. Am I right?
Yes.
It's doing it. Sten is about to put it down.
Okay.
Yeah, but
no, so
Sten had to move him towards that because he was affected by something as well.
It's not
So
on fire, but it looks like there's sort of different coloured swirling fire around it. So it's obviously some form of magic. It's not actual fire.
no, Eleanor is definitely stepping back and watching the scenery.
You can probably hear sirens in the distance. They're probably about 10, 12 blocks away at this point.
And then I kill it.
Oh.
Because we can't have any more fire setting. Do you want me to roll for that, or
Nah. It's already down. That's fine. Okay.
So
Now-
I look at Albert and I'm like, so what happened?
Oh, I
Albert.
was just I was.
I'm sure you recognize my voice. It's Alistair, you know.
Yeah,
call in
yeah.
all the
It's
time.
it's good to meet you, man. It's. I was looking at
But-
the stars and I got grabbed and dragged into the park.
Do you mean you were out here looking at the stars, or did they grab you
Oh,
from
I was-
somewhere else?
Yeah, just on the street. I was gonna sort of, write down some notes and talk about them during the show, and I just got grabbed. Oh,
Did they say anything while they had you about
They just said
rituals
ritual-
or any
ritual
chanting
and
or?
never? What's never? I never heard. What's that?
Well, sorry, need to know basis.
I can give you a guess shot on the show. We can
Okay, so
help each other.
here's the deal. Never Never is a pocket dimension. And I don't want to say more about it than that right now.
Alright.
In
Can we-
particular, because Barbara will come and put her hand on his mouth.
so
I love
can we
that. That's perfect.
Can we get the hell out of here? Let's, you know.
Yeah. I can drive you to, well, you and home.
So should we wait here? In fact, why are we letting them go? Bear with me a minute. Shouldn't we wait here for whoever is going to carry out this ritual to come back?
Well, there were
I
3
would like
fake
to wait
hooches and you
here.
killed all 3 of them. But there might be more. I don't know.
Albert, did they say anything about a portal to this pocket dimension? Never.
That's what the ritual. That's a ritual make portal. Need blood. I said there was a blood bank down the road, but they just hit me and didn't listen.
I turn and look at everyone else and I'm like, I don't know, do we wait and see if they try to bring anyone else? We're just finding minions, right? We need someone further up the chain. How do we do that?
So do we think that they were trying to get to the Neverland? I assumed that they were minions working for someone who was going to run the ritual. That doesn't seem to be the case.
They were doing the ritual themselves.
Oh.
But then they were opening a portal to draw someone out,
or to go in.
Or to go in.
That we do not know.
No.
Maybe I'll take these 2 home, and while you guys try to clean the graffiti, the fake, weird, magical graffiti.
Well, should we clean it then? If we really want to get at the source of the problem, maybe we should wait
until they succeed in killing 5 people and opening the portal. You mean?
I wonder if the blood that we've shed of these creatures counts. Does it have to be simultaneous? Do we really know enough about how this ritual would happen? I start flipping through my book and
we know
wonder
nothing.
if I can spend I'm gonna flip through my book and I'm gonna be spitballing out loud with everyone here as we're kind of talking about stay, go, who, how many of these creatures we've already taken out, where things have happened.
So is this a move or
Letting
something?
Albert and I'm gonna spend one of my holds from connect the dots.
Okay.
And I want to ask when and where will the next critical event occur? So so I'm trying to figure out, is this where the portal, they're still going to try to open it, or has it moved on to another opportunity elsewhere?
Have you already rolled, or do you need to roll for that? Or?
I don't need
Oh,
to
you
roll.
just spent it. Yep.
I'm just spending hold. That's my last
no,
one.
you think you've
for
disrupted
connect
it.
the dots.
It doesn't mean some other of their allies or whatever couldn't try it again somewhere else or later, but this one isn't happening tonight.
Damn it, who's behind this?
Well, the Summer King, whoever that might be, seems to have some fire powers. But what's with the ice powers then? Oh, I guess it wasn't ice powers then.
Turf war. Oh yeah, you're right. Damn, you're right, Barbara.
Huh?
I don't believe it either. I don't think you'd be right about this type of stuff, but you're right. Doesn't have to be ice powers. It's just Fae messing with the metal. Huh.
So
Are the
what's with
sirens getting closer?
Yes, they're about 5 blocks away at this point.
It could go.
Maybe we should talk somewhere else.
Yeah, because there
Yes,
several
let's
job
get out of
job-
here.
Let's skedaddle.
Back.
And
I'll
when
take
you
the
turn
two.
around- No, go ahead.
I'll take the 2 civilians on.
Okay. Sorry, what did Sten say?
No, when you turn around, Sten is back in a suit.
Okay. All right. So you take them out of the park. They're like, we can go from here. We just want to go home. Thank you very much. And Albert gives Barbara his card, and he's a radio. It's a psychic shop and radio show.
Yes, I know your kind.
So thank you.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
All right.
Yes, you do.
All right. Mark nods to Barbara. Get you around. Takes a few steps backwards and then turns around and runs for it. You gonna shoot him now? No.
Don't worry, I have how many more sessions?
Yeah, 2 more. Alrighty. Okay, so where are you gonna drive to?
Oh, there's got to be like a 24-hour diner type place or something where we can talk.
Coffee place.
Coffee place? Yeah. Probably should
drive
put some
through
more
Starbucks.
coffee in Alistair.
There's Chaos Coffee. There's also there's Spear's apartment block. There's a bar down the bottom.
Chaos Coffee was pretty good. Don't you guys think?
Depends if you want a meal or just a coffee and a snack sort of thing.
I need to eat.
Oh, so I guess we need food.
Yep, the Spear's bar. There's they've got a vase theme. There's vases all along the walls, and you can drink out of vases. A lot of werewolves go there,
Fuck
and
is
in the
wrong with
context that nobody hassles anyone there. They go there to chill out. So it's a safe bar for psychics and supernaturals to go and just chill. And that's only 2 blocks away, so you can just hoon off there.
So, Summer King. What the fuck is that? I need a drink, and I go get something stronger than a coffee this time.
They give it to you in a vase. Oh,
Yeah,
One
they all
thing-
look like they're thinking.
one thing I will point out: when you killed the Fae, there was like a shimmering around their ankles, and there was like barbed wire around it, and then it flickers and disappears.
So,
So we think these are compelled, Faye.
yeah.
And if so, compelled by whom?
Well, the Summer King?
That's what I'm wondering.
So is the Summer King some mortal that's trying to curry favor with the Summer Court?
Or control them.
Ooh, that's a really stupid mortal.
If it is
We could
immoral.
Another good point. Wow, 2 tonight, Barbara. You're on fire. See, you're getting the hang of this weird stuff.
All right, Elena, they've all gone to a restaurant bar that's open at the bottom of the apartment block, and yeah, the theme for the bar restaurant is vases everywhere, and everyone drinks out of vases, and they're just sort of chatting what to do next, if anything. Are you doing anything specific or talking about anything?
So when I saw this armored person, did I have a feeling that it was a mortal? Or is that not something I would have been able to discern?
You could tell there was magical power coming off of it, but whether it's mortal or not, you don't know.
So it could have been a wizard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You do you get the feeling it was old?
How could we summon it and then kill it? Because the problem we have, we know we can kill it, but we don't know where to find it. So how could we bring it to us?
Do we know we can kill it?
We know you
Yes.
can hurt it.
You mean hurt it and make it go away? Obviously, it comes back. So holy water makes it gone for like, what time was it? 1600, so 400 years.
Yeah, back. I mean, it could have come back in between. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'd settle for a couple of 100 years, wouldn't he? And that's quite a long time for you.
Yeah, for me it will be quite safe.
So say again?
For me it will be quite safe if it's gone for a few 100 years.
The food is good. What do you think you order?
Steak. Rare steak.
It's still mooing.
I think Alistair got a hamburger with grilled onions and a basket of onion rings. And he's got, I guess, a vase of coffee in front of him.
Elena just ordered a salad and a vase of beer.
I also order a salad. What the hell? You stole my food.
All right, the food's very good. Okay, a lady walks up to your table. She is the summer lady. So, Alan, tell me something about her that screams summer.
Oh, she has almost luminous blonde hair.
Kev, can you think of who, if this was a movie, who would you cast for this person?
Oh, it'd be Kate Blanchett.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So she comes in and bows slightly. Says, "I am Tillery. May I sit with you?"
Oh, I get up and bow low and hold the chair for her.
I hold up my basket of onion rings. Help yourself.
Hi. So.
I want her to owe me a favor.
She.
Who are you?
I am Tillery. I'm the summer lady, you might say. She looks at Elena and says, "Are you okay?"
You're Faye, aren't you?
Yes. I can tell things have been interesting for you recently.
Not recently, some time ago. And interesting is not the word I would use. Murderous is what happened to me. By the hands of your kind. State what you want and leave.
It was a different court, but I suppose that doesn't mean much to you. I understand. There are many foul things happening in this city, and I would like people to stop them, or at least keep me informed of what's going on. To do nothing is wrong. The seed of all evil is laziness, so I'm here to start making things better.
I gesture at her with part of an onion ring that still has some ketchup on the end. And I'm like, so this summer night dude, he's like your
King.
guy. Can you, Summer King, can you like rein him in a bit? He's like messing stuff up around here. And take a big bite of the onion ring, sip of coffee.
The Fae have no kings. The ladies are in charge, you might say.
So why haven't you squashed this heretic?
My kind of people.
Are you looking for help?
Assistance would be appreciated.
How much?
Yeah. Well, who the fuck is he though? What is he? Why is he coming? Why is he here? What is he trying to do? Start spitting information.
Wow, you're no
Sten
nonsense
will
guy.
lay a hand. Sten will lay a hand on Barbara's shoulder and say, "You are in the presence of royalty. Act with respect."
And then stop murdering us, maybe. So, yeah, spill it. She's not the queen, she's just a lady.
She'll say, there are things I can divulge and things I cannot. I can tell you the king is not Fae, and he has dark plans for the citizens of this city.
Okay, so who is he? What is he? Where is he? What do you know? Come on, information that could help us end this.
And Alistair holds out the basket of onion rings to her again and goes, please?
Do you want me to roll manipulate or something?
Can I get you a beer, ma'am, or something to drink?
We can keep each other informed of things that happen. That would be handy for all of us. You
So
have
what happened?
struck down some of his agents this evening, and I am grateful to show my appreciation. And she dishes out 4 credit cards, and we'll say there's $5,000 each on them.
So what do you know about him? What has he been doing? I mean, come on, we need to catch him.
Well,
Let's
you've
divulge information.
seen what he's doing. He's going to kill people to open portals to the Never Never.
Why?
Yes, exactly. I was going to
What-
ask that, but Barbara beat me
Does
to
he-
it.
Yeah, does he plan to get there, or does he want to something coming out? Come on, lady.
I'm not sure what his plans are, other than it's obvious he doesn't care about mortals.
Okay, we're not all immortals, so we don't have the time to sit and wait, you know.
She looks like she's sort of heard something in the distance. Says, "I'll be back. I'll see you around."
Whoa. Did some directions? Hints?
Stay in town. Keep alert. She looks at Elena and says, "I hope things start to get better for you."
Elena pushes the credit card back. You cannot buy me.
Alistair palms it over.
Well, apparently he can be bought.
Gotta pay the rent on the storage locker.
Sten will fold the card twice to break it and say that Monarch Securities will keep this in mind.
Yeah.
Debt is much more useful to my chief executive.
She chuckles, of course. All right. And she nods and then walks out. There's just kind of a flicker and she's gone. All right.
Really? You just gave up 5,000 shekels? I ask Elena. Dollars. $5,000? Just like that?
I mean, it's just money, and
Yeah.
it's like somebody killed your husband or wife, and they then throw money at you. Will you take it?
Well, that's usually what insurance is. If someone dies, you get paid. Everything is money.
I mean, she did say it was another court, but yeah, they're all Fae, so
yeah, as far as she's
Or
concerned.
Elena, there's no difference.
No, that's
I don't know.
understandable. All right. And yeah, we'll hit the pause button, go to end of session. Okay, did we conclude the current mystery? Yes. Did we save someone from a certain death? Yes, 2 people. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? Well, he can be bored. She can't. She drives a fast car. He's got a big hammer and he's angry.
I guess
So-
in the first session you always get information about the hunters.
So we'll say, yeah, 3 experience points each. You all sort of got into the mystery quickly, so things were going fairly quick at the start. But that's okay. I don't think anyone failed enough to level up or anything.
Not enough failures.
It's always an interesting variety in Monster of the Week. The last lot I ran, someone was Joan of Arc. And they were just teleporting around, helping people and protecting people. So,
No, he wasn't helping people and protecting people. He
Well,
didn't want to do that.
he was kind of getting them into trouble, but yeah.
Yeah, more like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
What's
right.
next?
Any stars, wishes, whatever feedback? We'll start with Elena.
It's always a pleasure to play with you, Kevin. And Alistair is a treat. He's great. And Horst, I like the way that you kind of pulled the Romanian, country witch stuff through. Because I always struggle a little bit with having use magic available to everybody, because it just seems like too powerful a move that you can get out of jail free too often with. And that's it's just a critique of the rule, really. But I thought that you played that straight, and in fairness, Blake, I thought you played it straight at the other end of that as well. And Erez, I think that this is the making of a buddy movie with the moral compass. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how that goes. So those are my roses at this point. Thank you very much.
Erez?
Yeah, crazy. I'm surrounded by crazy people. It was very fun to be surrounded by a bunch of crazy people. It was pleasant, and yeah, I like the whole weird creatures and whatever the fuck is going on. Good.
Yeah, I
Pleasant.
love Barbara as the straight person in it that everyone else is kind of bouncing off of as so different.
Yeah, and she's the thief. So yeah, like
she's
a bunch of crazy people and a criminal, and yet the criminal is the normal person.
Horst, any feedback, thoughts?
Yeah, I like that. I have very, very limited knowledge of the Dresdenverse. I think I read the first one like a million years ago. So I like that there was no real knowledge involved. I mean, my knowledge of Fae is like the popular knowledge, let's say. So no specific Dresden stuff that was necessary, and I like that it's open to everyone.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and I had a lot of fun. Thanks everyone for indulging me and letting me lean in on the flake archetype. I really like the dynamics we have between the group. And I'm just going to say again, Arez, I really dig the way you're playing Barbara, and she's like no nonsense, like a reporter at the scene of the crime, just like facts, and everyone else is supernatural stuff all around you. And I really dig that. And Blake, I also really like what you brought in here with the Summer King and having mortals taking a role they never should think they can take. I'm really interested to see where that goes. I'm super curious about how that's going to play out for us.
Bananas.
And it was nice to get back and have a cup of coffee at Chaos Coffee again.
Yes,
because two of us have played in a game where Blake was a player in Denver, in which Chaos Coffee was a core part of the fiction. So it was really nice to have that call back. Thank you.
And you met Albert, but this is 20 years earlier when it's just a radio show because his Twitch streams weren't invented yet, and so on. So, in fact, you saved his life. But yeah. All right, that's all very cool. We had ended a bit early, but yeah, it's just things went a bit quick at the start, but that's all right. That was cool. Yeah, all went pretty well. Thank you all for coming, and I look forward to playing with you all again, and hopefully we can catch up later in the year for more Games Forced.
Yeah, good to play with you, Horst. Look forward to doing it again.
Yeah, it's good seeing you again, Horst.
See the rest of you next week.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.
All right,
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.